Welcome back to Law and Finance. Today, we're unpacking the GameStop Saga, a financial phenomenon that captivated the world. This is not just a story of stocks and money. It's about power dynamics and the democratization of financial markets. GameStop, a struggling retail store, was considered by many as a fading star in the era of digital gaming. Its stock was heavily shorted, indicating Wall Street's negative sentiment about its future. Understanding this background sets the stage for why the company became a financial battleground. Short selling is the act of selling borrowed shares with the intent of buying them back at a lower price. It's an age-old strategy, yet complex and fraught with risk. Both institutional and retail investors engage in short selling, but the scales and stakes can vary dramatically. Hedge funds like Melvin Capital targeted GameStop for its perceived weak position in the market. These institutional giants leveraged billions, betting the stock would decline. The role of hedge funds became central to the story, prompting discussions about ethics and market manipulation. Wall Street Bets, a Reddit forum, became a counterforce. Often irreverent but highly strategic, the forum's members saw an opportunity not just for profit, but for collective action. The dynamic here blurred the lines between social media chatter and market-moving activities. Users of Wall Street Bets and other social media platforms began buying GameStop shares en masse. This wasn't just a spontaneous move. It was a coordinated effort aimed at driving up the stock price. It created an unusual but fascinating market dynamic that rocked the financial world. The increasing stock price forced hedge funds to buy back borrowed shares at a higher rate, further inflating the price. This is known as a short squeeze. The scale and speed of this squeeze were unprecedented, becoming a textbook case for future financial analysts. Platforms like Robinhood found themselves in a quagmire as they restricted trading on GameStop. These actions led to widespread outcry and debates on whether such platforms have a responsibility to protect retail investors or ensure market stability, especially when they are the tools enabling mass coordination. Was this a case of market manipulation orchestrated through social media, or was it a form of digital activism protected by free speech? This saga ignited a debate that could set new precedents on how we perceive market manipulation in the age of social media. Legal discussions are ongoing, with Congress and the SEC closely scrutinizing the events. At stake is not just the legality of specific actions, but the very integrity of financial markets. It's a complex issue that intersects with contract law, securities regulation, and even constitutional law. The consequences were as real as they come. Hedge funds incurred massive losses, while some retail investors reaped benefits, but it's worth noting that some latecomers to the frenzy lost money, demonstrating the inherent risk of such volatile plays. GameStop itself became an unintentional beneficiary and is now in a unique position to reevaluate its business strategy. Some even see this as a golden opportunity for GameStop to pivot or innovate, turning the retail giant into a phoenix risen from the ashes. Regulatory bodies like the SEC are investigating the events to assess if new guidelines or regulations are needed. These future actions could reshape the legal boundaries of market behavior, impacting both institutional and retail investors alike. The saga was a wake-up call to many about the potential for rapid, large-scale movements in the market triggered by social media. It could signal a seismic shift in how market dynamics are understood and regulated, far beyond the realm of individual stocks or hedge funds. The GameStop saga serves as both a lesson and a warning. It illustrates the complexities and volatilities that exist in modern financial markets, particularly when intersecting with the digital and social media age. That concludes our analysis of the GameStop saga. We've covered a lot of ground, and the ramifications of these events are likely to be discussed and studied for years to come. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analyses. Thank you for tuning in.